Greatness is your recall on every single shot that you missed throughout a 20-some year career. Every shot, you can go back and say, I was here. This person was in the red shirt there. Greatness is being so aware of the time of life in the second that went by, and you can recall it like it was yesterday. Greatness is being able to go back there, not making that same mistake again, and being haunted by it. That is greatness.
You don't try to build a wall. You don't set out to build a wall. You don't say, I'm going to build the biggest, baddest, greatest wall that's ever been built. You don't start there. You say, I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. There will not be one brick on the face of the earth that's going to be laid better than this brick that I'm going to lay in this next 10 minutes. And you do that every single day, and soon you have a wall. And I think psychologically, the advantage that gives me over a lot of people that I have been in competition with in different situations is it's difficult to take the first step when you look how big the task is. The task is never huge to me. It's always one brick.
Everything about you is phenomenal. You were born phenomenally, and I get it. I know what the problem is. Everything about, I told you before, you were royal priesthood, a chosen generation. Like, everything about you is great, but the problem is you have consciously chosen to be average. I get it.
But you compromise yourself. It's hard for you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you, man, the light's at the end of the tunnel. If you keep walking, if you keep making one good choice or two good choices will always bring amazing opportunities. I promise you, man. Things will get better. And it won't be microwave. It won't be overnight. It won't be instantaneous. I know we want that, but it's not. Greatness takes time. When you build something with a foundation with choices and character, you see, character is everything in life. Your attitude is going to really determine your altitude. When you learn to have responsibility and respect and integrity and be punctual.
I get it, like innately, everything about you is great. Everything about you is phenomenal, but you consciously made a decision to be average. You are average at school. You are average at your workplace. Like, everything you do is average. And not because it's average, but because you made a decision. You made a choice to be average. Why? Because the people around you are average. Or maybe you grew up in an average environment, or went to an average school, or you work for an average company, and so you decided to go against who you are.
I want you to write this down. I need you to embrace the suffering. You know, there's something powerful that once you just sort of embrace the fact that in order to achieve something big, you've got to get rid of these distractions. And then the other layer of it is you're probably going to have some suffering to get there, or some sacrifice to get there. And so once you've embraced and decided that this suffering, this sacrifice you're making is an indicator of progress. It's an indicator of obsession. Suffering and sacrifice and hard work is an indication of progress towards our dreams.
Because it's easier to look at her and get motivated and pumped up, and you feel something inside. What do you feel? You feel that greatness and that phenomenal you stirring up. That's why you put those headphones on and you just shut the whole world out, and you listen to your favorite artists. You're listening to them sing, or you're listening to them rap, and deep down inside, you hurt when you listen because it should be you.
The price you will pay, the suffering you will go through to make your dream come true is incredibly small, infinitely smaller than the price you will pay if you never do. You'll pay that one the rest of your life. And so ask yourself what you're willing to risk. What's the price you're willing to pay? Because what most people do when they're trying to chase their dream or their big outcome, the whole time they're negotiating the price in their head.
I got it now. I understand now. You are attracted to greatness because greatness is all in you. But it's easier to watch greatness. It's easier to go see greatness than it is to put in the time, to put in the energy, to discipline yourself, to sacrifice. It's easier. And so that's why you average. And so you're frustrated because you're not living like you should live.
And what happens is, if you don't negotiate that price in advance, it's going to steal your focus and energy and become another distraction. One of the great distractions of chasing our dreams is this thing that goes off in our head as we're negotiating the price we're paying.
No, you don't have what you should have. You're not being who you should be, and so that's why you don't want to wake up in the morning. That's why you pissed off with Monday, because Monday is the day that you're supposed to go mold and shape and create your greatness.
Your dreams and your goals are not going to come easy. And if they're coming easy, you're not dreaming big enough. Literally, dreams and goals, they should take sacrifice, blood, sweat, tears, absolute, total focus of pushing yourself. And if dreams and goals are coming easy, I submit to you, it's time for you to ratchet up what you're going after, because you can achieve more. Because without restraint, without struggle, without resistance, there's no growth.
That's why you like Friday. I get it. Because Friday you get to chill. You don't have to face yourself on Friday. You don't have to face yourself on Saturday or on Sunday. That's the day that everybody is partying. Everybody's drunk. Everybody gets to forget that they didn't become who they were supposed to come during the week. That's why. I get it now. But I challenge you. Listen to me. I challenge you. Why do I challenge? Because I know you can't. I know, listen to me. Some of you, you're not even in the game. Can you do me a favor? Get in the game. You could be great if you just showed up. Get in the game.
Everything in life has a cost that may stretch far beyond financial cost. It may be relational or family or time or energy. We have only a finite amount of those things. And everything that you do, especially decisions that you make, when it comes to your money, there's a tremendous cost that can weigh on those decisions. So think about that. Everything in life has a cost.
It's not enough to dream it and talk about the idea. When you become great, it's not enough to write it down on the board somewhere. It's not enough to get a fancy planner. It's not enough to go to some workshop and invest money into it. When you become great, you're not satisfied until it's actualized, until you're walking in it, until you're sleeping in it. Listen to me, until you possess it, until you have it. And so when you are great, you're willing to put in the time, the energy, effort. You're willing to make whatever sacrifice. You're willing to do whatever you gotta do because you're great. So listen to me. Stop dreaming. Stop talking about it. Stop writing it down. You become great. And listen to me. You become phenomenal. This is so deep about phenomenal. You become phenomenal. Not only are you doing what you want to do, you've empowered others.
You gotta know why. Your dream and your goal. Why do you want to be that? Because your why is important. Your why has to be bigger than the storm that's coming, the challenges that comes, because your why will be the roots that when adversity comes, as you're chasing down your dreams and your goals, and they're going to be tough, if you have a good why, no matter what happens, you will not quit, because quitting is not an option, because you have a why, you have a passion, you have a purpose. You're on a mission to achieve something, and nothing can knock you off course because you have a good why. So having a dream and having a goal is important. But honestly, I say having your why is even more important, because having a dream and having a goal is like a buoy thrown out in the middle of the ocean. And if there's no weight, if there's no substance to that buoy, every storm, every wave of adversity, every struggle, it'll take that buoy anywhere. But when you put an anchor down, and your why is the anchor, no storm can knock you off.
Average is going to suck the life out of you. And so I need you to stop being average. When you're average, it suffocates the very life out of you. But when you become great, you want it as bad as you want to breathe.